How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion, and it is review time again. This time for a band called Ohol Yeg. Oh, hell yeah! Nope, this is a black metal review. Serious. But yeah, a band called Ohol Yeg. The split is called We Despise The Crescent. I believe it's the most recent release by said band. And if you don't know Ohol Yeg, it is a one-man black metal band from Ankara, Turkey. Yes, black metal from Turkey. Pretty cool already, huh? So the member, singular, behind this project is Sazakan, and he does all the instruments and all the vocals, except for the split, because he has a guest bass player by the name of Ataberg Angi. Say that like 6 times fast, because black metal. Alright, now, serious. Come on. Serious. The vocals for this were basically lower, medium, kind of gargly growls at the beginning from when I started listening to it, and mostly with reverbed effects. And then throughout there was also some kind of higher medium, raspy shrieks, you know, the black metal vocals, how they are. Kind of happened the odd time. But they're mostly just kind of like grim, evil sounding vocals, very haunting, very, if you want to say fucking cavernous, go ahead. It's a very cliche and overused term to use for black metal, but they were, you know, hence the reverb and the black metal-y shrieky things that, you know, happen in black metal. But they're really enjoyable vocals, and they maintained a steady performance throughout all 3 tracks of this split. So yeah, nothing bad to say about the vocals at all. Really good stuff. I really enjoyed them. And yeah, let's move on to the guitars. They were, you know, dissonant sounding power chords for the most part. Some fairly groovy guitar licks at times for sure. Lo-fi, but at the same time I found that this, you know, the guitars on this had some pretty decent production. The sound, it was really well done. Good atmosphere throughout as well. There is some tremolos and melodic riffs also present throughout. A lot of creativity to keep the listener interested for sure when it came to the guitars and composition. Now the guest bass by Ataberk Angi, it was kind of low in the mix, so it was kind of hard to make out. But with that said, it's fucking black metal, so you don't really, you know, expect to hear like a really solid forefront bass sound. It basically just did what it was supposed to do. It followed the guitar for the most part, I believe, and it added an overall just lower end tone to the release, the split. But it didn't stand out in any specific way that really caught your attention, but I don't feel it's supposed to, because it's fucking black metal. Now for the drums, they had some like pretty solid kicks in this. The hi-hat was a little splashy, and it wasn't bad. It had its own unique sound to it. The cymbals were kind of shimmery and somewhat distant as well. It was very obvious that the focus was on the guitars and the vocals for this release. You could make out some hints of some ride hits and some bells every now and then in the background for the drums as well. Very brief but enjoyable fills when they, you know, did happen. And the drums were performed really well. Like, the guy knows how to play these fucking drums. So kudos to Sazakan for that. Hopefully we can hear a little bit better mix of them in the future. But yeah, for my favorite tracks on this, it being a 3-track split for Ohol Yeg with some other band. I didn't really look into the other band because Sazakan's the one that contacted me for this, so I only listened to his side of the split. But if I really had to choose a favorite track on this, it would probably be the second track, being Orbiting the Infinite Void. It had a really cool beginning, that like explosion, and then there was just a bunch of sick riffs in this one. But honestly, I enjoyed all 3 tracks of the split, and they all had really great things about them. So my overall thoughts on this was that it was a pretty solid and entertaining piece of black metal. a nice quick taste of what Ohol Yeg is capable of. It had great riffs, it had atmosphere, it had decent composition, and lots of intrigue. I'll definitely be going back and checking out any of Ohol Yeg's previous material in the discography. I look forward to any future releases, that's for sure. Ohol Yeg is something to keep your eye out for in the future. So yeah, I'm going to give this a strong 9.5 out of 10. It was, like I said, only 3 tracks, but these are some solid black metal tracks. The only complaints I could possibly think of for this to be a perfect 10 out of 10 would be maybe 1 or 2 of the endings were a little odd, and I feel maybe could have benefited from some better like editing or mastering or whatever. This is kind of like really nitpicky bullshit. So honestly, not really too much to complain about, and maybe some better mixing for the drums in the future, because like they were performed really well. So I definitely want to hear more of what was going on, maybe with the cymbals or the like the rides and the hi-hats and stuff like that. Just more. I want to hear more. So yeah, 9.5 out of 10 for me. Definitely check out Ohol Yeg's We Despise the Crescent. Go check out the rest of his fucking discography too, because I'm sure it's great. I know I'm going to be going and checking out the rest of it as well. So yeah, this is a buy for me. Like, I'm Jesse Morgan, and I definitely would buy this shit. So you make sure your ass goes and checks this shit out. Thanks, Sazaken, for recommending me check out your tunes. And yeah, looking forward to whatever you do in the future, man. So yeah, cheers for glory, the rebellion. Slimerella out.